What do you think of AI? Are you into it? Sorry. Happy weekend, happy Saturday, happy all the days, happy, happy, happy. Anyway, what do you think of AI? This morning I opened up a video on YouTube. A retired dude talking about when he retired earlier, he was in good health, but when he reached a certain age group of 10 years, that's when he started having more medical issues and he didn't expect it. Okay, cool. Right off the bat, it looked really polished, but that's cool. And I saw lots of people commenting, and me too, and when I was this age, and then I got this ailment, and then I went to the doctor, and blah, 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 and all that. And only one comment in there said, pretty great for AI. Well, the thing is, the dude was AI. I could tell. Look at the you're our neighbors enjoying sports. Look at his mouth, and it was pretty much on track, except it doesn't always close with some of the words. His mannerisms were very polished, but not perfect. As mine are perfect, of course. I am not AI, by the way. So anyway, these people were spilling their souls to a fake being on the internet. Now, this is not uncommon. People will tell you anything on the internet and then wonder why they get all kinds of spam and robocalls for what they're spewing on the internet. Anyway, upon further observation, all you have to do is look a little bit. In the description way down there, it said AI generated. There you go. But yet these people were spilling their souls to the AI. Now, don't get me wrong. I love technology. I've always been a geeky, nerdy kind of person. I like to know how things work. I like to see how I can make computers do more for me. They are a machine. I am the boss. That's the key here. Did you see that movie AI, Artificial Intelligence, in 2001? I mean, probably most people did. Haley Joel Osment was the little boy who was the AI created boy to help soothe the mom's grief from losing her son. I saw it when it first came out, and I saw it one more time, maybe a few years later, and that was enough for me. It was so heartbreaking to me. I had strong feelings for the AI child who wanted to be real. They referenced Pinocchio throughout it, but I more of thought of the Velveteen Rabbit. If I was just real, they'd love me more. I got goosebumps thinking about it. But anyway, back then I was thinking, there's no way, nothing like that's going to ever happen. And I'm not saying it's happening now, but with AI, it makes you wonder, when do you consider AI a sentient being? Should you? Should it have rights? Should you be able to end its existence, whatever that may be? I mean, unplug it? What? And you'd be like, Terry, why are you talking about this stuff? You live in paradise. You're retired. You're talking about kitties and cooking and stuff like that. This is affecting us all. I'm trying to help other people recognize it. I'm not saying AI is good or bad. I'm saying you need to research it more and make a decision of where you stand. You say, well, I'll just wait. I'll just wait till it really affects me. Baby, it's affecting you now. If you call customer service, good chance it's AI. Certainly if you write a letter to customer service, forget about fluff email you get back, garbage, and then something in the bottom. And I understand, there's talks of how efficient it is, it saves time. You have AI write your emails, make your to-do lists off the ton of information you give it for a project you're working on. Okay, get it. And there are some things where I think it's very helpful. I think what you really need to consider is what are the costs. Well, first of all, a lot of times you're taking work away from other humans. And we don't want to get into, I'm not going to get into a big debate about that right now, but it's facts are facts. Creativity, you're taking work away from artists who would create that for you normally. You may be saying, well, I'd never pay for that anyway. Well, I guess you're prime candidate for AI. Whatever, you make your decision. Another thing we need to consider is how many resources it's taking. Now, we know for a fact it takes gobs amount of electricity and water. That's a technical term, gobs. But check out the stats. You really need to know. I have used AI on occasion, and I will tell you, a year and a half ago, probably, I downloaded ChatGPT. Have we not all done it? I was curious. I wanted to see. I started learning the environmental implications afterwards, and so I slowed down a whole lot. In fact, not using it for months and months. The main thing I use it for, help me figure out potential titles for YouTube video, highly important task, or help me with some hashtags, stuff like that. I've liked to use it to adjust recipes for me a little bit. Maybe I want a little leaner, or give me more variations for ingredients I can use. I'm not saying that's a good reason or a bad reason. I'm just saying that's what I've used. It's kind of addicting to be typing in a prompt, and by the time you're hitting the last letter, you can start feeling your phone buzzing as it's writing your answer. Sometimes page after page after page after page, and that's kind of fascinating. But again, I don't know that we can turn it back at this point. Should we? I don't know. I guess where I have a big concern, I'll follow here, is where people are using it as their personal confidant or counselor. Be careful, people. Everything you say or do on the internet is forever on the internet. But I deleted it. Baby, that doesn't matter. Ask any divorce attorney, what about I deleted it? You can find that with just a few subpoenas and open records requests. You can get it. Recently, I saw a notification pop up on ChatGPT. I did open it back up last 2 weeks, saying, hey, you can now upload your medical records, and I can help you decipher what they mean. Nope, and nope. I think not. People, you got to remember, none of this stuff is private. It's all accessible. It is all accessible, especially in court documents. Especially the hackers who want your information. People, don't be putting this stuff in there that's personal. And here we come back first full circle to the retirement aspect. Now, I told you I'm a techie, nerdy, geek kind of person. I've always been into this kind of thing. And so maybe I have a different view than a lot of you would. And I'm more skeptic. And that's fine. You don't have to be a total skeptic all the time. You may not even be using ChatGPT or Claude, which is creepy, or any of the other ones, but I will tell you, it's being used on you. Just about every application these days, some sort of AI in there. If it's a response to humans or is working in the background on documents for you, you're going to come in contact with it. And it's important that you can find out what's real and what's fake, okay? Particularly videos, they're trying to tell you helpful hints, or they'll be your buddy and you trust them, and people naturally answer questions on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, all of that stuff. They answer questions with deeply personal responses. People, don't do that. You need to get a real life buddy or a journal, okay? Don't tell this stuff on the internet. Now, I know a lot of you say, well, it's my personal diary online and I kind of like to share, and it's really a great community out there, people who can help me with their situation too. And in broad general terms, okay, cool, you do you, boo. But I'm telling you, be very careful. AI is doing many more things that you probably aren't aware of. You just need to pay attention. Get educated. Read what you can. Also know that a lot of that stuff's AI fluff too. You can tell. You can just tell. Or you can move into the deep woods, live off grid, like some people here do. Don't ever log in to check the mail or the news. These days, you might want to not check the news anyway. Don't purchase anything online. They'll keep your perpetual list and bombard you with things you need to buy. Show you what to invest in. I mean, just use some common sense. And if you need a little help, come to me. I'll tell you. I kid. I'm just a techie, nerdy person who kind of knows some stuff. My overall question is this. What do you think of AI? Are there uses that you think are acceptable? Are there guidelines where we should limit ourselves, especially for the natural resources that we're using? Do you liken it more to the horse and buggy days where we had to make a shift and now we drive cars and we're never going back, and it's become that useful? Is there a happy medium? What do you think? This is a safe space, no judgment zone. Whatever you think, we'll talk about it and we'll just kind of learn from there. And that's the best way we're going to get through this new era. I don't know. Let me know what you think.